Hi, and welcome to How to Art. Today, we're going to be making viewfinders to help us learn about composition and negative space. We're going to be making one. We're making them out of cardboard. This is for a letter size. And this one here will be a little bit bigger, and as you can see, it's made from glass. So stick around, and I hope you have fun. Okay, you are going to need some tape, some cardboard, a pencil, some string, and a measuring device with a straight edge. Hi, and welcome to How to Art. Today, we're going to be making viewfinders to help us learn about composition and negative space. We're going to be making one. We're making them out of cardboard. This is for a letter size. And this one here will be a little bit bigger, and as you can see, it's made from glass. So stick around, and I hope you have fun. Okay, you are going to need some tape, some cardboard, a pencil, some string, and a measuring device with a straight edge. Okay, basically I just drew a line from corner to corner to find the middle of the cardboard. Then I measured 5 centimeters from the side to where the line is going from the corner. So where that line crosses, you just cut straight down. The middle of the glass, and I just drew a line with a marker going straight down across it. This glass is, I'll just measure it very quickly here, 35.5 centimeters by 41 centimeters. So you do a little bit of math and you kind of go down. The glass that I'm using, it comes from Hi, and welcome to How to Art. So I'm just taping the glass down so that it's safer to handle and it's not going to slide all over the place. And you can hold it up and look around. Like, let's say if I want to find a composition for this buffalo skull, I can look through the glass and decide how I want to place my composition. And I can see the negative space. Like, if you see above it and below it, like, you can center align it. You could,
if you can't find a piece of glass,
this
what you can
is for
do
a
as an
letter
alternative
size
is
drawing or letter size art.
Find a piece of string.
I don't have a piece of glass.
Do the same thing with the
small enough
cardboard.
for this.
Mark,
So what I did instead is I just took some
measure
string
half
and I found the
length, and
middle
then just of the cardboard, and I'm just going to tape this string
to do with one hand here
down to the middle of the cardboard. Now, I'm using one hand, so I'm having a difficult time doing it.
Just tape that on there.
So just bear with me, please.
And it should still work, because all you want it for is just the measurement.
And I did the exact same thing.
Okay, so
the other way.
This is just an ordinary sheet of letter size paper, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. And I made this viewfinder here that's corresponding to that size. And I don't have a piece of glass that size, so all I did was I just taped some string going along, and now I have this viewfinder to help me visualize how I'm going to do a composition, so I can get ready for drawing. I think in order to make a good drawing, you have to think a lot about composition, which is what the great artists pretty much do. So here's an example of I shrunk. This is not the original size of the Mona Lisa, although it is pretty small, but just to give you an example, I printed it off on a letter size picture, and here, I'm going to bring it up some to give you an example of the composition and the negative space that he's using. You can see all this negative space all around her head, and her left eye falls along the center line, which apparently that's pretty much every great portrait. That's exactly where the left eye pretty much falls on. You can see her hands. So when you can pick this up, and the reason why there's a glass through it, not only that you can see, but you can hold it up and you can gauge what you want to actually draw. So what I'm going to attempt is, this is another picture off the internet of a dancer. So this is center aligned, and I don't think it's very interesting if it's center aligned. Maybe if it were more like that, you'd have all this beautiful negative space over here, and our eye would be drawn to her from there. So if I'm planning out my drawing, that's pretty much where I would start, and I would try to leave all of this as negative space. Okay, I think I like this composition better, like that. Okay, now I could probably give you another example of how to use the viewfinder. Now, I made this painting without the viewfinder. I was just kind of eyeballing it. But had I used it, I could have... See, that's not very interesting. And maybe I think I would have liked... I would like that one better. But I didn't... I wasn't using the viewfinder, that's why. And this one as well. Oh, there's too much glare to show you for that one. But you can see, if it was more like this, you'd have all of this negative space over here. So I think that I can probably redo it again, but it would be more interesting to if I done this first. So this is a good example of what not to do. This is bad composition. And you can see how the viewfinder helps you come up with a good composition before you even start painting or drawing. So what did we do today? We discussed a little bit of composition, and I showed you some negative space. And you can, if you were to look at the great masters, like learn from the best, look at Da Vinci and Van Gogh and all the great people, all the great artists, Picasso, and see their use of negative space. Use your viewfinder and see how you can come up with negative space. It could be more interesting for you, and it would be more. And I would love to see what you're doing. So please send me in your comments, and I want to see what you're painting, what you're drawing. It would be great. Okay, thank you, and thank you for tuning in to How to Art. This is How to Art.